Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the track If It Doesn't Hurt by the American rock and alternative metal band Nothing More. This is the first sign of new music coming from the band following on from their 2022 album Spirit, and I'd imagine this will be effectively the lead single for another upcoming album, and for many they may consider it to be their fourth album, when in actual fact it will actually be their seventh. They have been going since around 2004, but they only really started to get a bit more notoriety with the release of their self-titled album in 2014, when the band really started to find their footing, because actually initially Johnny Hawkins, the frontman, was initially their drummer up until 2009 when he actually took over vocal duties for their album The Few Not Fleeting. But since 2014 they've really been building on their sound and their style, especially with their 2017 album The Stories We Tell Ourselves, which is an incredibly beautiful album. The way it incorporates so many messages and stories into the actual album and has some incredibly high powerful moments, and the band continued to build on that with their 2022 album Spirits, so will they be able to take it one step higher with this new music? And one of the things that really sets this band apart is their live performances. They have some really interesting elements they do include, such as things like three of them playing one guitar and making a track out of it, the addition of some really big powerful drums for some really high strong powerful moments, as well as some of the apparatus they do have for their live stage, including the scorpion's tail. So will this latest track pack a powerful sting or tickle like a feather? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds. So already we can see many of the elements we have seen from the band previously. They're really typical things we do see from them. First of all, Johnny Hawkins' vocals. He has this really ferocious bite and snap to some of these more aggressive tones that we do see. They really kind of bend the band towards that more metal sound, but we also have these soaring, forced out notes that really allow them to play with more melodic stylings as well. It's why many consider them to be a bit more of an alternative metal band, and you can really see the two sides coming through even just in the opening of this track. That really forceful bite with some of these lyrics, that check, run it right back. You can really feel the force that's coming through on the delivery of these notes, and it's something that we also see really aided by the plunging guitars that are really coming through from Mark Vallelonga. Something again that's really helped them to really build this very forceful sound. And I love the lyrics for this as well. Very, very simple. The idea of sometimes love is pain, yeah, it hurts for a little while. Sometimes loving somebody isn't easy. You can really see this idea of this relationship that is ultimately falling apart. We can see that with the chorus. If it doesn't hurt at all, then it doesn't mean a thing. The idea of letting someone go. If you don't feel the pain of separating from somebody, then there's not really anything left there to save. So it's really simple that it's actually putting this in. I never knew that I could feel this way. If it doesn't hurt at all, there's nothing left to save. So you kind of want to break off from this person, but you think there's going to be so much pain, so much anxiety around it. But when you actually break it off, you realise that it's actually been dead for a little while longer than you probably realised, because holding on to hope is a different kind of pain. The hope that things will fix themselves, that things will get better, can bring you a lot more pain because it's already a bit of a severed relationship. So you can really see that with the lyrics such as knives in the back, run it right back. The idea of constantly repeating the same issue rather than just kind of breaking it off and kind of severing that bond completely, you put yourself through this very different kind of pain.
We all got vices, we all got choices to make. It's hard to stay and hard to walk away. You lied to me, spinning in the dark. It took me years to see that you had sucked the life out of me. If it doesn't hurt at all, then it doesn't mean a thing. I never knew that I could feel this way. If it doesn't hurt at all, there's nothing left to save. 'Cause holding on to hope is a different
Well, what an absolute blast that track was. I really love the way that it shows the band's ability to really switch between these saber-toothed points of aggression into something much more soaring, much more anthemic. It's something that is really one of the cornerstones of their playstyle almost. We certainly have seen it with the very big points of storytelling they do include in a lot of their music, but certainly with this track really keeping it very simple, not overcomplicating it. We can see that with lines such as, "It took me years to see that you had sucked the life out of me," so giving so much time to this person, trying to cling on to this feeling of hope when you should have cut it off a long time ago, to the point where eventually you get the knife in your back because you're the one that's held on for so long, and eventually you're the one that will probably receive the major part of the hurt that is coming your way. And the idea of running it right back, that repetition of doing the same thing over and over. We've all got devices, we've all got choices to make. So I love the simplicity of the lyrics and the message that's still coming across, of not kind of clinging on to the hope that this relationship will fix itself. It's better to sever that and save yourself quite a bit of pain. And even on the musical side, I love the way we still have lots of these little curious little elements, such as almost like chorus like chant before the breakdown, just little elements they love to throw in. And we saw that with some of their previous albums, most notably on the Stories We Tell Ourselves, these little interludes that we had that weaved the story together. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to follow up on this track, but I certainly think it serves as a very strong opener to a potential upcoming album. So that will be everything for today's video, but as always, feel free to know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below, or feel free to let me know what your favourite Nothing More track is and why. I always love to read what your thoughts are. Also, if you'd like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next Dojo Analysis.